return to your wallet from beyond the grave. You may think that estate planning is only for the wealthy, but Nebraska attorneys say nothing could be further from the truth.
Planning for your financial future is hard enough without running into pitfalls that could cost you even more. Channel 8's Jatine Tinsley has all you need to know.
If you don't plan ahead for your death, you could be leaving your loved ones with unexpected expenses that they don't know they're responsible for. We spoke to 2 estate planners who say transferring your wealth in death is not as easy as signing a few documents and inheriting your loved one's belongings. In Nebraska, things are a bit more complex, and if not handled properly, beneficiaries could find themselves on the receiving end of penalties, fees, and lawsuits.
Nebraska is one of, I think, 6 states or 5 states that has an inheritance tax. And what it is it's really a tax on the transfer of wealth from one person to their beneficiaries.
Here's how it works. If you leave your estate, meaning anything you own that can include property, land, cars, bank accounts, IRAs, and 401ks, your beneficiary has to pay an inheritance tax if the estate totals more than $40,000. Estate attorney Matthew Weisenthal says here's where people get tripped up.
The thing that a lot of people don't know is that Nebraska inheritance tax, it's an automatic lien on your house when you die. And so in order to be able to sell the house when you pass away, your family will either have to prove that there is no tax or get an order from a judge that says here's what the tax is and pay it.
But what happens when you don't have the money to pay the inheritance tax up front? Well, that's when you need to see an estate attorney who can petition to liquidate assets so the tax can be paid. And the financial responsibility after death doesn't end with Nebraska's inheritance tax. Weisenthal says any bills or taxes owed that are lingering around after the person's death are expected to be paid out of the person's estate.
Death is not a get out of bills free card. Absolutely not. The way the law works in Nebraska, you have to make sure mom or dad's bills are paid before you're able to go and buy yourself a new car.
Under state law, government programs like Medicaid have the right to open up a claim to recoup any money spent for years or even decades of public assistance.
You can't inherit a whole bunch of money and not pay off somebody else's bills.
If this all seems overwhelming, Weisenthal has a final tip for the best way to handle it so you don't have to worry about potential lawsuits that come back to bite you.
The big takeaway is if you're alive, talk to a lawyer. If mom or dad dies, talk to a lawyer.
In Omaha, Jatine Tinsley, Channel 8 News.